Hi friends, and welcome back. Relationship is not working well. People normally think is how the communication is going, if they could communicate very well. What about you telling someone something you do not like or something that is not being done the right way, and that person is not taking you serious, and repeat that over and over again, and you keep saying it's not good when this is going on this way. Let's do it a better way. There's a better way we can do this thing to make it to be easier for everyone. And that person do not have that kind of understanding. Yeah, communication. Have you thought about communicating with someone who is giving you some kind of answers that sounds like this? Example, who drank my soft drink I put in the fridge? Instead of saying, it's me, I don't know, I've not seen it, the person gives you answer like, I'm thinking about it. How can you work with this kind of communication? I'm just trying to say, when you want to communicate with someone in a relationship to make it work, that person must be giving you answers that are truth. Whatever the person is feeding you with must be honest. Because when that person feeds you with lies, dishonesty, how can you work with that in the communication? Or that person cannot communicate in the kind of understanding you have, your mentality, how you reason, how you do things, is not how that person communicates. How can you work with that? It happens every time in relationship. That's who we are when we are outside the relationship, before we come to stay together, live as partners. Immediately we change and become real, we start showing our partner that kind of attitude, the manners the person do not know that we have. Then we need this thing they call communication to clear it, to make everyone understand how we can move ahead. How do we manage this thing that is like this now? But when that person cannot communicate with you the way that suits your way of life, feeding you with answers you're not even expecting, the questions you are asking, the reply you're getting, you don't know what to do with it. Like you knowing that this person did this, and the person cannot own, like a kind of be accountable for what the person did. How do you handle this when communication is the best way to solve some problems in a relationship, or is the major way to solve it if we can communicate? And that communication is not going. When you prepare yourself, you come out and you want to have this discussion, for you guys to hold this dialogue, for it to work, but the dialogue is not going. How do you do with this type of communication in order to move ahead, to find a solution to this problem, to resolve these problems so that we can move ahead and continue? You have to have an understanding, because if you don't understand, like me, if I don't really understand that, I will not be able to know how to work on it, to digest it, solve it, and then forgive and move ahead. When the communication is not real, when someone is not giving you the chance to talk to the person or pouring out the heart to let you understand what is going on in that person's mind. To just allow you go in to that person's heart, to even know how that person think, the reason that person is doing like this, and you cannot understand that person. You need a lot of understanding, and to get into that person's heart, that person has to be able to utter a lot of words just to describe what the person was thinking, what the person meant, intentions, what the person was planning, the result the person was expecting to get when that person do this, after the deed has been done. And that person you're communicating with cannot really communicate. How do you understand that person without words? Even somebody who cannot talk very well is able to express. When someone cannot really show you how that person feels, the remorse, who drank my soft drink, you have to first see that action, the reaction that shows, oh, you know now that your soft drink is no longer there. Then, wow, she needs her soft drink. What does she do now? Because these feelings we have in us, it's like, should I call it a liquid? What should I call it? It's like an engine in us that's making us to cry, happy. The emotions we have, there's feelings first. We need to have it for us to show how we feel. And if you cannot see how that person feels in reaction, just say, like when you are telling someone you love the person, there's these emotions in your facial expressions. There's this way you move that shows the person, oh, she has this kind of feelings, brotherly feelings, friendly feelings, romantic feelings for me. These are the things that express. Or I'm angry, I'm happy, excited, I'm nervous, I'm scared of you. These things are the things that shows something that makes us have a change of mind in our communication. When somebody is able to explain to you, this is what is going on, how that person expresses it, shows you how to accept what the person tells you. If he tells you to disagree, that thing that person is saying, the way he or she is saying it is not real, I can't believe it. It's all about this expression, what we feel. So if that person does not have feelings to show you how he or she feels that this thing I'm telling you is the truth, it makes it difficult for you to believe that thing that person is telling you. When you cannot trust that thing that person is telling you is the truth, it becomes difficult. So this is what is communication, not just saying the words. Oh yes, no, then I went there, I came back. I don't normally agree to things when they say this. I don't like it like this. I prefer it the other way. These things you say, what you express shows me if I should buy what you're telling me or not. So no matter what someone wants to communicate with you, and that person is not honest in it, that the person is saying it the way it is without painting it, trying to make it look somehow, then it's difficult for someone to understand what this person is saying in the first place, because my mind might be somewhere else in the things I'm expecting to hear from you, and now you're going to another direction. The moment you went to that direction, I'll be thinking. My mind will be occupied in, oh, is she not supposed to say this, like apologize, like show some remorse that this thing she did, she regretted it, when I'll be busy thinking about this thing and you're going still on this direction of playing innocent, trying to put the blame on me and other arguments you might bring up, and the lies, it's not you, you don't know what happened. What happened? This might make our communication difficult. These are some reasons why communications in relationship is not really enough for someone to talk to someone and understand the person if the person is not feeding you with all these emotions, excitements, positive, negative energy, for you to understand what's up with that person, why that person is even behaving like that. So not only communication we need other things that are needed, that are required in communication, even laughing, crying, to show you what that person means, if that person is real or the person is acting. In a communication between partners, there are more to it than just talking, discussing. There are some things that should convince us that that person we are talking to is feeling for us. That person cares. That person wants the best for me, for us to be able to communicate. And mostly when I want the best for that person, for us to understand each other. There should be similarities in reasoning. Like how I'm thinking, you're also thinking like that. Because if I'm thinking another way, you're thinking another way, we can never be in the same page. These are some of the things we need. We want to communicate with our partner, not only communicating with that person for talking sake. That person must have all what it takes to do that communication and do it in honesty, than just, okay, let's just sit here, let me feed her or him with anything. I think it doesn't matter. Let's just have this discussion and get away with it and get over with it. That is not communication. Until that communication has all the qualities it needs to become how relationship should be discussed, how partners should discuss when they sit to discuss, in a way to find a means to solve a problem that is going on in a relationship. When it's not like that, it's never going to be anything like communication in a relationship. Even that relationship is not going to work, because there will always be need to sit down and talk it over. Let's talk it over. And each time you sit down to try to have this talk to find a solution, there will be no solution, because the answers, the reply, the communication is not going the way it's supposed to go, and somebody will be hurt. Really, I've really thought about it. Communication is not it. If it's not it, if people cannot come at two people and show how they feel, what their intentions are, that they're still feeling for that person, they still love that person and they want the best for that person, that communication is not going to be enough for them to show that they mean well. Just talking is like this, like sitting like robota and be talking. Yeah, it's like this. No, it's like this. I do like this. You did like this. It won't be enough. It's always good to, kind of hold hands and say, even when it's possible, playing with the person's hand or the clothes or something, and be saying the thing for that person to be convinced that you meant well. Emotions should be showed. Like you say, I'm saying emotions. Yeah. These are really the things that makes us feel protected, that we are safe, mostly women in a relationship. To think, oh, he doesn't mean like that. Oh, it's good. Yeah, I'm safe. Oh, I understand now. Because that emotion softens the heart of somebody you're talking to, who you've hurt, and you're trying to make that person understand, to see reasons why that thing will never be done again. That, oh, I don't mean to harm you. I meant to, no, I didn't even know it will hurt you like this. This is like emotion, like showing your words should be rich in expressing what your heart and your mind feels for that person. The things, that intentions in your action should show in your sentence. When you are making it, when you're communicating with that person that you said is your partner. This is what could be called a good communication. If you want to have a good relationship where you people can communicate and find answers to some problems and solve the problems in order to have a successful relationship. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. Thank you for all your support. I wish you well, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you. Till next time in my next video. Bye. Your girl, Cynthia Swibro.